Good morning dear students. Welcome to the next session. Here mass by volume percentage. Yesterday I discussed about this. Mass by volume percentage is denoted by W by V. What is the formula? Mass by volume percentage is equals to mass of the component divided by total volume of the solution into 100. As we are telling, percentage is it must be multiplied by 100. So let us go for the one problem. So what is the problem? Calculate the mass by volume percentage if 10 gram of sugar is present in 500 ml of the solution. Okay. So what they have asked? Mass by volume percentage, mass by volume percentage W by V is equals to, you know it, what is the formula? Mass of component divided by total volume of the solution into 100. Okay. In the given problem, the mass of the component, see here 10 gram of the sugar, it means that is the mass of the component. Which component is present here? Sugar is the component. So take mass of the component as 10 gram and divided by total volume of the solution. The solution here is 500 ml of the solution. That is the total volume divided by 500 into 100. So as you cancel this for calculation, you will get 2 percentage. 0 0 get cancelled, 5 ones are 5 twos are 2%. Why we are writing the percent? Because we are calculating mass by volume percentage. So this is how we can solve the example. Once again I will tell you, mass by volume percentage, we need to calculate mass of the component divided by total volume of the solution into 100. Here the mass of the component in a given problem is 10 and total volume of the solution is 500 and multiply it by 100. So you are going to get the answer as 2%. Okay. So next one, next concentration method, that is parts per million. It is shortly written as ppm, parts per million. This concentration term is used when the solute is present in trace quantity. Trace quantity means less quantity. So here we will go for the formula. The parts per million, that is ppm is equals to number of parts of the component. Here we are not taking any mass or anything because it is parts. So number of parts of the component divided by total number of the parts of all the components. Okay, number of parts of the component divided by total number of parts of all the components into 10 to the power 6. Why it is 10 to the power 6? Because it is parts per million. Million means you have to multiply it by the 10 to the power 6. Okay. So this is the formula for the parts per million. And let us go for one example. Suppose if I said 1 parts per million of ozone. What does it indicate? It indicates that 1 part of the ozone present in million parts of the air. 1 part of the ozone present in million parts of the air. So this is the meaning of 1 parts per million. So let us see. Suppose the ppm, that is parts per million of a component, even can be expressed in terms of mass percentage, volume percentage, mass by volume percentage, as I said previously. Okay. So if I go on expressing the parts per million in this pattern, So what will be the formula? Mass of the component divided by total mass of the solution into 10 to the power 6. So when we expressed the ppm in terms of the mass percentage or volume percentage or mass by volume percentage, during that time the formula is like this. Okay, let us go for the one problem. Here 800 gram of the hard water sample contains 4 milligram of calcium ions. Express the concentration in terms of ppm. What they have asked? We have to find out the concentration in terms of ppm. So here what we are calculating? ppm of the calcium plus 2 ions. So let us go for the formula. ppm of Ca plus 2 ions is equals to, we have the formula, mass of the component, that is mass of Ca plus 2 ions divided by, what is divided by? Total mass of the solution. Here total mass of the solution they have given, sample contains 800 gram of hard water, it means total mass of the solution is 800. So first I will write total mass of solution as it is parts per million into 10 to the power 6. So here mass of the calcium plus 2, 4 milligram is there. So it must be converted into gram. So how to convert milligram into gram? Just multiply by 10 to the power minus 3. So that it gets converted into gram, divided by, what is the total mass of the solution? That is already present in gram, 800 into 10 to the power 6. I hope you are getting what I am substituting. Mass of the calcium plus 2, that is calcium ions, is 4 into 10 to the power minus 3. Why I took 4 into 10 to the power minus 3? Because I converted that in terms of the gram. And then total mass of the solution, you go for the total mass of the solution, that is 800 gram, and as in the formula ppm is there, million, 10 to the power 6, that term is used. So if you go on calculation part by substituting all these values, you are going to get the answer as 5 ppm. So just solve for this, you can going to get the 5 ppm as your answer. Okay, next we will go for the next term. Let's start one more concentration term, that is mole fraction of a component. The mole fraction of a component is denoted by small x. Here the formula is, for the mole fraction of the component, number of moles of the component divided by total number of moles of all the components. Which component mole fraction you want to calculate? First you have to take number of moles of that component and divided by the total number of the moles of the all components. So here I will go for an explanation. Suppose there are two components A and B. Suppose let us take a beaker. You take two components. This is the component A which I am adding, and this is the component B which is present here. And we are making combination of A plus B, that is A is the solute which is dissolved in B, that is it acts as a binary solution because it carries only two components. Okay. So A and B are the two components, and Na is the number of moles of the component A and Nb is the number of moles of component B. Now let us come for the mole fraction. Mole fraction of the A, that is mole fraction of component A, A is equals to Na, because number of moles of that component. Which component? Here we are writing component A, divided by total number of the moles of the all component. Then the denominator term will be Na plus Nb. And similarly, if I calculated the mole fraction for the component B, what it will be? Nb. Why it is Nb? Because I am calculating the mole fraction of B component. So the number of the moles of the component B, Nb divided by Na plus Nb. So the mole fraction of any component is equals to number of moles of that component divided by total number of moles of the all the components present in the solution. So here, suppose the solution carries I number of the components. There are A, B, C like this, up to I components are there, means the mole fraction of the I component will be Ni, number of moles of I component, divided by total number. It means N1 plus N2 plus so on up to Ni. So how it can be expressed? Ni, that is number of moles of the component, and divided by total. That's why we are taking the term sigma Ni. And keep in mind that the sum of the mole fraction of all components in a solution is unity. It means 1. How many components are there? You can sum all. The mole fraction of all those components sum will be unity. For example, here we took X and XB. Suppose there are I number of the components, then the sum of the mole fraction of all components is equals to unity. So this is how we can express the mole fraction of a component. This is the theoretical background. Now let us go for the one example. See here, calculate the mole fraction of the ethylene glycol whose formula is C2H6O2. Calculate the mole fraction of the ethylene glycol in a solution containing 20% of ethylene glycol by mass. So what is the question? You have to calculate the mole fraction of the ethylene glycol, and what they have given hint, 20% of ethylene glycol by its mass. That solution is given. So see here, 20%, it is mass by mass percentage. 20% of ethylene glycol means what? The 20 gram of the ethylene glycol is dissolved in 80 gram of the water. You know it, okay? 20% means 20 gram of the ethylene glycol is dissolved in 80 gram of the water. So let us go for the calculation. So mole fraction of the ethylene glycol, mole fraction of ethylene glycol, that is XC2H6O2 is equals to number of moles of ethylene glycol first, NC2H6O2 divided by total number of the all the components. Which are the total number of all component? Means one component is ethylene glycol itself, one more component is water. So here I will take solution they are telling, means it is prepared in the water itself. Okay. Now the number of moles of ethylene glycol is not given directly. Then how to calculate? See here. Number of moles of ethylene glycol, NC2H6O2 is equals to number of moles is equals to mass divided by molar mass. Mass divided by molar mass. What is the mass of ethylene glycol? Here we said 20 gram. So 20, and calculate the molar mass of the ethylene glycol. See here, H6O2. For one, how you are going to calculate the molar mass? Take the atomic mass of all these elements and add those. For one carbon, 12 will be there, 12 2s are 24, plus 6 hydrogens are there, add plus 6, 2 oxygens are there, 16 into 2 plus 32. Totally here the value will be 12 into 2 plus 6 plus 32. Okay, so here, sir. So the number of moles of the ethylene glycol, that is NC2H6O2 is equals to mass divided by molar mass. Mass, you know it. Here I said you 20% means you have to add 20 gram. So take the mass as 20. Now the molar mass of the ethylene glycol. How you are going to find out the molar mass? By the addition of your atomic masses of all these elements. So 2 carbons are there. So for one carbon, 12 is the value, means 24, plus 6 hydrogens are there, atomic mass. It means 1 is the atomic mass of hydrogen, that is 6 are there, totally we are taking 6. And for one oxygen, 16 is there. There are 2 oxygen plus 32. So finally it will be 62. 20 divided by 62. This is the value you are going to get. If you are calculating, 0.322 will be your answer. 20 divided by 62 will be 0.322. You are going to get the number of moles of the ethylene glycol. Now our problem is not yet over, because only we calculated number of moles of ethylene glycol. What about number of moles of water? So let us go for that. Here number of moles of water, NH2O, again mass divided by molar mass. What is the mass of the water? Here 80 gram. So what will be that? 80, the molar mass of the water, that is 18. So you are going to get approximately 4.44. Okay, so this is the number of moles of water. Now we will go for the mole fraction. Mole fraction of C2H6O2 is equals to number of moles of O2 divided by number of moles of ethylene glycol plus number of moles of H2O. Okay, number of moles of ethylene glycol you are calculated. What is the value? 0.322 divided by again the same 0.22. Here the number of moles of water. So calculate this, approximately you are going to get 0.068. So this is how we can able to find the mole fraction of ethylene glycol. How you are going to calculate the mole fraction of water? Even we can able to calculate the mole fraction of the water. Mole fraction of the water is equals to number of moles of water divided by total number. It means again you have to take the denominator term, these two. Here number of moles of H2O 4.444. Again here the number of moles 0.322 plus 4.44. So here the value will be 932.932. Or else you can find out, there is a one more way. You can find in this way that I said you the sum of the mole fractions, that is C2H6O2 plus H2O is equals to 1. Okay. So you know this value, you are calculated 0.068 plus this value I need to calculate, that is mole fraction of the water. So, mole fraction of the water is equals to 1 minus 0.068. Here you will get 0.932 as a answer. Either you can use this one, or else if you not remember or any confusion is there means you can go for this one also. Okay, thank you.